Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, and in today's video we are going to go ahead and make this awesome drill so we can do some mining, and we're also going to do some mining in the nether and see how much ancient debris we get. Before we jump into that, I just wanted to show you what we did in the previous episode. In the previous episode I created this really cool dye farm and added all my friends to my world, and this dye farm is completely automated. Looking below over here, we've got all of the dyes going through the grindstones into this awesome sorting system that filter up and go into these barrels. If you want to go ahead and watch that video, I'll link it in the description below. But let's jump back into this video where we go ahead and build the awesome drill. So here we are in my flat world. This is just my testing world. So before we go ahead and build it in my solo world, I just wanted to explain the different parts of the drill. So these are the mechanical drills. You can have as many of these as you want on the face. So in my case, I've decided to do 5 wide, 4 tall. And the reason I did that is just purely so that I can have a center. So if we have a look at the back, where this is our center line. So you'll see it's dead center over here. You're going to have a part coming off the front of the mechanical drills. The part coming off the front of the mechanical drills will house a couple of things. So we'll need to have storage. We'll need to have deployers, you'll have to have the cart assembler, and then you'll have to have the plows that pick up the cart. So what happens is, don't focus on this part yet, let's just talk about this part. So over here you got the powered rails. So this deployer is going to be placing powered rails, and this deployer over here is going to be placing the redstone torches to power the rails, which lets the mine cart go forward. This obviously has to be connected to the whole thing over there, and then the back here, this is to pick up the powered rail, and this is to pick up all the torches so they can just keep recycling into the system. And it's gonna, because this becomes one mechanical moving part, basically anything that gets picked up there will automatically go over to the barrels and will feed the deployers. So it doesn't matter where the storage is, it will just keep feeding the deployers. The reason I did this option, so this option over here is to make sure that if there are any openings on the side, these will plug any of the openings, which will help maybe water or lava, if we take it into the nether, will help the lava not swallow up all of the torches and the rails, and the whole thing can keep moving forward. So this is on both sides. So I've got 4 on this side and 4 on this side, so this helps plug up any holes on the side. And then this one over here is a very smart one. This will always ensure that the bottom is always closed up. So if this hole stays here and this whole assembly goes forward, the rail will not be able to place on a hole, which means the whole thing will stop, and it will even probably sink into that hole, making this whole system go down by 1 block. So if we go ahead and we add a deployer here that's going to be dropping or closing up any holes at the bottom, this ensures that the rail will always be on the same level and the whole machine can keep going forward without any issues. Now at the back here, I'm sure you've noticed this item vault. So this thing can hold way more items than a barrel can. So if you're going to go ahead and let this drill go for hours and hours or whatever it is, whether it be in the overworld or in the nether, it will obviously be accumulating a lot of blocks, and this can accommodate as many blocks as we need. And then, as we found out over here, using the storage terminal, we can actually access these item vaults. So this is definitely an item that needs to be placed onto an item vault, maybe at the back here. So once you're done, you can go in and pull all the items out that you've mined. Okay, so I hope that was a great explanation of how this thing works. So you can go ahead in your world and you can create your own option. This is just the basic layout for it. So generally all of them look the same. They all look around about the same design, just because this is the most practical design. So you can go ahead, design it any way you want. You can use plows, you can use drills. The way I had it before is I had this deployer placing redstone blocks, which would obviously power the rails. So the redstone blocks powers the rails really well. And then I had one of these mining drills in place over here, but I found that it mined a bit slower in the nether because Netherrack is so easy to mine, and this actually is slower for the drills to mine. So just go ahead, use redstone torches and use a plow to pick up the redstone torches. It works a little bit better. Okay, so let's go over to our world and start building it. Okay, so now we are back onto the solo world. This is the solo world over here, and I'm going to be standing in the desert and building everything for you step by step. So in my inventory, I have everything that we'll need. So let's just go ahead and place the drills quickly. And remember, everything will have to be glued up. 3, 4, and then, oh, it's 5. There we go. And then they're going to go up by 4. That, okay, let's fill in the rest. There we go. So 5 by 4. Let's whip around to the back. So over here, this is where the arm will extend out, going all the way to the back. So the way this works is you can set this up at any position that you want. It's completely up to you. I've just decided to have all of these facing this way because with my testing in the nether, I found that there was a lot of lava and the lava kept breaking the thing from moving forward. So I'm going to just add one of these. Oh, not there. And go down by 1. Facing down. Okay, so in order for us to set the item filter, we can't see the filter part. So what happens is you can just click with the wrench on the face and that just turns it over. So we have the item filters on this side. Let's just do the same over there. And so what you're going to do with this, in the nether, you're going to go ahead and set these filter items with Netherrack. And then the overworld, you're going to go ahead and set these item filters with cobblestone or deep slate, depending on which level you're mining at. And what that does is it will keep, whenever it starts mining up the cobblestone or the deep slate or the netherrack, it will use that and it will keep cycling through, feeding the arms, feeding the deployers with any of those items to plug up any holes as it goes. So there's a little tip for you. Okay, so this item is done. Oh, I needed 2 more deployers, hey? Okay, so this deployer is going to be for the rails. So this one's going to keep going forward. We can go ahead and say, I want you to be redstone torches. I want you to be rails. Then we are going to have the arm that extends down. So this is where this part is going to go. So this is the cart assembler. Oh, we need a minecart. Okay, let's just go ahead and make a minecart quickly. Forgot to make one of those. Okay. All right. So we've got a rail of any kind. We put the cart assembler down and we go ahead and we place the minecart. So this is essentially the contraption. And when this thing is powered, we can click with a wrench. We click with the wrench and we pick up this entire contraption. Only when it's powered though. So let's go ahead and finish up this design. Okay, so coming down by 3. 1, 2. There we go. So we just want to give it enough space just so that it can lay the track down and have enough space to pick it up. And these plows are going to be attached to the back here. So the plows need to make sure that they're in line with these deployers. So this plow is going to go ahead and pick up all the redstone torches, and this plow over here is going to go ahead and pick up all the powered rails, and that will circulate it back through the system. And then just to kind of keep it all balanced, we can go ahead and add an item vault. Here we go. And I made one of these. So this is the storage terminal, so we can access the items within the item vault. This should not be glued to the whole thing. So let's just move that quickly. Okay, so this is technically the contraption. This is the whole thing built. There we go. That was built in real time. Done. Finished. So we need to just make sure we glue everything. So this is going to be glued together up to there. So these drills are glued together. These items need to be glued together. This is glued together. That's glued together. I'm going to glue it to, there we go. So the control panel and the vaults are glued together. Okay, so all of these vertical elements have been glued together. Let's go ahead and glue it all the way to the front. So this is how I like to do it. So this guy is going to be glued all the way to there. There we go. Now all of these elements are glued together. Are you glued? I don't think you glued. No, you're not glued up. There we go. Okay, so we can see everything is glued to itself. Oh, you glued. There we are. Okay, there we go. That's cool. So I'm going to power it using a torch because that powers it. You saw the whole thing lift up. There you go. So check the whole thing lift up off the floor. There we go. So that means this is now one solid contraption. So if we take a wrench and we break it, there we go. We picked up the entire contraption. So that means if we want to place it, you see this arrow placing forward here? There we go. This whole thing has been pasted. And you see it's facing forward. Okay, I don't want this whole thing to mine everything, so I'm going to take it downstairs and show you how it works. Okay, we are down in our mine and we're going to go ahead and place the contraption right here. So I'm going to put down the cart assembler. Arrows pointing forward. Here we go. And we place this over here. Here is the whole thing. It's pretty cool. I need to just go ahead and add the rails. To add the rails, add the redstone torches and the powered rails. So that way the whole thing can go forward. The big thing that we need to do is we need to click over here, click and hold, and you're going to change the movement mode to lock rotation. If you don't do that, the thing's just going to spin around and go in all weird directions. So click and hold and change to lock rotation. Okay, so before I go ahead and let this thing move forward, I'm going to go ahead and set the filters on the deployers on the side. So with it not powered, we go ahead and we add cobblestone. Let's just move this dude out of the way. There we go. So what we'll do now is when we go into here and we add cobblestone and deep slate and all of those things, we're just making sure that the item vault has enough of the following items to be able to place what they need. Okay, let's go ahead and double check all the filters. So all of these filters on the side have cobblestone all the way there. This one's got its filters, it's got its rail and its torches. Everything is looking good. We go ahead, we power it, it's all turned on. You'll see these filters have disappeared, which is fine, but it's gone ahead and placed the cobblestone, which is okay, that's cool to go. And we can just give it a push and let it go forward. And there we go. Break this up. And I've gone ahead and I've made enough torches just so that it can go forward. And I just light its path up from the back because all we need now is zombies to be spawning. So what's cool is this is going to keep placing cobblestone, so we kind of have a very safe tunnel. We don't have to worry about getting anything to come and hurt us. Look how cool this is. It looks like we've got coal, lapis, granite, some diorite. That's pretty cool. Oh no, there's water coming through. This is definitely one of the issues you're going to be facing when this happens. So all we need to do is just going to give it a little nudge forward. It's going to automatically turn itself back on and keep going forward. Case in point, why the bottom rail is very, very important. Okay, let's just say for argument's sake, this is enough. We are now done with all of this. Let's go ahead and pick it up so we can move it along. There we go. We right click it while it's powered, and that means it's going to be picked up. Easy as that. I'm going to go ahead and pick up all of these guys. Let's go ahead and put this on diamond level and see how many diamonds we get. Okay, so I'm going to give this a try. I'm in a mining tunnel that I've used in the past. We are at level 56. Let's go ahead and place our cart. Let's see if it will mine everything out for us. This is going the right way. Yes, there we go. And we need to just lock rotation. Okay, lock rotation. We'll go ahead and power it. Okay, looks like it was moving. Is it going to move forward and just mine itself through? Let's see. Are you going to go? Are you going to keep going? Yeah, it's working. It's working beautifully. There we go. It's opened the whole area up for itself. Okay, so we are technically on diamond level. I think I'm going to have to go ahead and replace those filters over there to deep slate. So I'm going to have to do that now quickly. Oh, look. It's uncovered some diamonds. Okay, so I'm just going to depower this thing quickly. Okay, put the minecart assembler back onto it and you can see it's unpowered. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to click on these items and just change the filter to deep slate, to cobbled deep slate. That way it can go ahead and place a cobbled deep slate in any of the openings that are, you know, a lava or something. That will go ahead and block any of the holes on the side that potentially have lava. And it's going to fill up itself with deep slate, so I don't have to fill it up with deep slate, but I'm going to anyway. All right, so let's go ahead, power it back up. Okay, powered. Let's just pop another rail over there just to keep the cycle going. And we'll just push it forward. There we go. And it's off. And with my fortune pick, I'm going to go ahead and mine these. 5 diamonds. Nice. Okay, so I should be lighting this up as I go. So I have my regular, I have no shaders turned on. So if I turn shaders on, you see it's pretty dark down here. So I need to make sure that I go ahead and keep lighting up the way here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead, do a time lapse, and let's see how this whole thing works out. Okay, so it turns out there's a deep dark here, and I think this thing triggered and now it stopped because of lava. Oh my goodness. Legit terrified right now. I don't know what to do. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and block off the lava. I'm gonna keep crouching. Okay, looks like we're in the clear again. Goodness me, that was terrifying. Okay, back to the time lapse. Okay, I think I'm done. Okay, let's go ahead and pick this thing up. I think I'm done in the scary place. Let's go test this thing out in the nether and see if we can get some ancient debris. Let's go. Oh, and I wanted to tell you one more thing. Let me put the sword away. I wanted to tell you one more thing. If we go ahead and place the item here, we go ahead and replace it. There we go, it's not powered. We can see everything that it's already picked up. So there's our lever from the past. We've got 8 diamonds. I mined 13. So we can go ahead and we can take all of this out of this inventory. And we can empty the inventory. So before we take it to the nether, we can make sure that this is empty and good to go. Okay, and the last of it. Here we go. And there we go. All cleared out. Okay, that was the last of it. So this is all cleared out. Let's go ahead and take it to the nether. I'll see you down there. Okay, so it's unpowered. I'm going to go ahead and swap out these filters here for Netherrack. So this can go ahead and place Netherrack in place of the deep slate. If there's any holes in the wall, if you see here on the map on the top right, you'll see all of these little dots of lava. So these will randomly appear in the wall. Hopefully this will stop it. Otherwise, I'm here to plug up any of the holes that will cause this machine to break. So let's go ahead and add some more of the rails. Give it some power. No! This is what happens if you don't lock the rotation. Then it will start turning like a random weirdo. And that's why lock rotation is so important. Okay, so let's double check. Lock rotation is on. Okay, hard, moving forward. Go. Okay, I'm gonna let this thing go ahead and do its thing. Oh, there's lava. Oh no. This looks like a big pool of lava. I'm gonna have to go in here and rescue the machine quickly. Okay, there's that gap being plugged. Yes, it's been plugged. Okay, cool. Let's carry on. See how much faster it moves with Netherrack, because Netherrack's a lot softer than cobblestone or deep slate. Looky there, we've got some ancient debris ready for us. Let's go ahead and just mine this. How cool is that? Oh man, we've got some more lava coming up here now. Come on, you're supposed to be plugging the lava up. Okay, so you saw that happen. So the lava came out, but that one on the side plugged it up. And there we go, that one plugged it up too. So that is why this is crucial. It's the lava pieces that kind of happen in the center that are the ones that are time wasters. Okay, so it's taking long to dig. That means it's found an ancient debris. See, here we go. Our first ancient debris dug up by the machine. I wonder where it was. Oh, there it is. Okay, we can get another one. Thank you. Anyone else? Nothing else? Nope. No other diagonals or anything? Nope. Oh, goodness me. I look away for 1 second and you got another lava pool. So in the end there you saw that I experienced some issues. So I just want to run through them and tell you the fixes that I'm going to do. Okay, let's just start by placing the whole contraption down. Here we go. Okay, so this is the contraption. The issue that I was running into is I think the item vault filled up too quickly. The redstone torches weren't able to be picked up and then recycled through the system. So it stopped moving forward, and that's why I didn't want to bore you with the details. I just picked it up and we left. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add barrels in over here like I did in my original on the testing world. I had barrels over here, so I think I'm going to go ahead and do that again. Actually, barrels weren't there. The barrels were on top here, so it was almost like I wanted to make sure that I had enough inventory space for these items, and I just added an extra barrel over here just to kind of make it all match and look kind of cool. So let's just make this barrel match here too. Cool. So I'm going to go ahead and keep the barrels in this place over here so that it keeps recycling the redstone torches and the rails. So at least in these barrels I know there'll always be redstone torches and rails. And then at the back here, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to upgrade the size of this thing. So I've got additional, so this is going to be a lot larger. Suppose we can move this whole thing up. Let's do that. And then it can go this way. Yeah, that's kind of cool. And that can just support it this way. This looks really, really chonky. So chonky, man, but it's fine. Because at least now I have a lot of storage in this area, and I know that if I had to take this down to the nether again, this will all fit, hopefully, at least. Don't need to glue any of these things together. Let's get the glue out. You see, this needs to be glued. Okay, so from here to there. Okay. This whole thing is glued. That's glued on. These barrels will obviously be glued because I didn't remove... Oh, this one's glued. Okay, so all of this is glued together. Okay, so this is the final look of the machine. We've got extra vault space over here, so that means that I'm going to be able to accumulate more stuff. And the change I've made here is adding the barrels over here so that these filter items can always have a space, a slot to fill into. I'd like to say that these arms worked in the nether. They kind of did. They plugged a lot of the issues that were in the wall, but the lava they kind of generated here in the center, that kind of came up with a lot of issues, and it kept washing away, or I should say destroying the torches. So the rails had no issues with the lava, it was just the torches, and they kind of made the machine stop moving forward. If we went ahead and replaced a redstone block in this place, making sure that redstone is always placed underneath. The rail can then go on top. We can add a drill underneath a plow that will basically pick up all of the redstone blocks and just recycle it back into the system. And then the only addition here would be to add an extra drill at the bottom here so that it always drills a channel so it has enough space to place the redstone block. That's the only change that I think I would make. Okay, so if you're going to be building that option, please tag me and let me know if it works. I'd love your opinion on that. So if you loved this video and you want to watch more, I'm going to be leaving 2 videos at the end screen for you. It will be in episode 0 where I started this world, as well as the dye farm episode from the previous episode. So go ahead, watch that. And as always, thank you so much for watching and have a great weekend, everybody. Bye bye.